G'day folks, this morning I conducted a little social experiment. I shared this photo on my social media platforms on both Instagram and Facebook, and I asked everybody to guess how big it was.
Hey Robbie, you've got mail! You better check your mailbox! Okay Robbie, thanks mate. What's the address? Post Office Box 3006, Yarunga LPO, Wangaratta 3677.
Right now, before I give you the size of the fish, I've got some mail to open up. Alright, now, this one's been sitting there the longest, so I'll open it first. This is from David Dove. To Robbie and family, full of love, friendship and joy, from David Dove. You can't see that because it's really white. Thank you so much, David. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much for the Christmas card and a packet of suicide hooks. They're actually a nice size. Size 2 mustard suicide hooks. Big red. Thank you very much for the Christmas present and the wonderful card, David. That's very, very kind of you. This one is from Spuds Fishing. Right, here we go. I've got a Spuds Fishing stubby holder and a Spuds Fishing catch and release sticker and a short little letter. To Robbie, enjoy a cold CC with your new stubby holder from the boys at Spuds Fishing. P.S. If you or your viewers are ever in the Riverland, send us a message on Insta at Spuds Fishing or Facebook and we'll take you out. Cheers, Spuds Fishing. Thank you so much, Spuds Fishing. CC is my favourite drink, Canadian Club, my favourite alcoholic drink. In my Murray Cod kayak video the other night, I was wearing a bright blue hat. That was a CC and dry hat, a Canadian Club and dry hat. I couldn't believe it. I went to check my mailbox last week before I check it 2 or 3 times a week. And I went and checked it and they passed me this little blue box with like a 6-pack size. And it looked like it had Canadian written on it and I thought, I really hope this is what I think it is. Turned out it was a 6-pack of Canadian and dry, and inside it there was that awesome blue hat. And then I remembered I entered a competition a few months earlier. I'd forgotten all about it, so I won half a dozen Canadians. Spud, those ones have gone, but I promised to get some more to put into your awesome stubby holder. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, David Dove, and thanks so much to Spuds Fishing. Now, let's talk about this Murray cod. How big was that Murray cod that I shared on Facebook this morning? Now, I caught that fish early. I shared it around about 3 hours ago, and in the 3 hours or so since I've shared it, I've had over 100 people guess the size. 80 of those guesses have come on Facebook, and another 20 or 30 on Instagram. And the guesses range from 43 centimetres to 83 centimetres. A lot of people said in the 70 centimetre size, a lot of people said in the 40s and 50s. That fish was actually, and a lot of people got this right too, 61 centimetres on the dot. So if you guessed 61 centimetres for that fish, then give yourself a big pat on the back. But there's a reason I wanted to share that, because the other night when I was kayaking, I caught a nice cod. I said it was about 60 centimetres, and someone said to me, you know, there's no way that's 60 centimetres. And I see that on social media a lot, whether it's with redfin or Murray cod. People share their catch, and so quickly people hound and say, no way, that's 43 centimetres, or no way, that's this, that and the other. I caught an 80 centimetre cod with Loretta a couple of years ago, and someone just wrote, F off 80. F off 80. But it actually was 80 centimetres, give or take a little bit. I had to measure my fishing rod for that fish and then take a measurement. It was approximately 80 centimetres. I wasn't lying. So by sharing this photo this morning, that just shows that you cannot tell the size of a fish just from the photo. If I hold the fish closer to the camera, it looks bigger. If I hold the fish further back, it looks smaller. I'm a big man, so I can make a lot of fish look small, whereas small people can make small fish look big. We've got different size hands. Straubs. You've all seen Straubs in some of my videos. Wayne Gardner, he's got hands like block splitters. He could split firewood with his hands. He's comes from a farm. He's a farm boy. He's 6'2" or whatever he is. He's a big boy, and he's got big hands. And his trout all look small just because his hands are so big. There are so many variables. This morning's photo was the cod laying next to a fishing rod and a reel, which are normally a pretty uniform size. and people still couldn't guess it right. Some did, but a lot of people, the average guesses were all over the shop. So if you can't tell the size of a fish from a photo while it's laying next to a fishing rod, what hope have you got of guessing right when it's in someone's hands? Right, folks, thank you very much to Spuds Fishing, and thank you very much to Dave Dove, and thank you very much to everybody that guessed or attempted to guess the size of that Murray cod. And thank you for participating in my social experiment that you didn't know you were participating in.